Hey guys, even though I'm done with Death Stranding, I can't stop thinking about it, and so I thought I'd make another video. Since I just went through all 46 hours of my gameplay, it was interesting to see me towards the beginning of the game, not really understanding things that I could do. Didn't realize I could like boost on the bike earlier, or didn't realize I could hold triangle to grab multiple items at once. So going back, it kind of just reminded me of like things that I wish I knew earlier. So I thought I would share some of those things with you. So the number one thing that took me a little bit too long to realize was that when you're in menu and you're in inventory, you don't have to scroll all the way down and push X. You can literally just hold down X and that confirms your changes and it moves on. Before I would have to like scroll all the way through before I realized that, and I was just like, I'm so dumb for not realizing this sooner. So hold down X, it saves you a lot of time, trust me. One of my biggest fears playing the game was that I was going to miss a cutscene. So I literally watched every single cutscene, whether it was taking the Cupid off and bringing people onto the network or taking a shower in my safe room. I watched everything because I was so afraid I was going to miss an Easter egg or something important. So I'm here to tell you that every time you take the Cupid off to connect to the chiral network, nothing ever happens. So you don't need to watch it, you can skip it. Don't forget to push pause and you can skip the cutscene. There's no reason to watch it. For the private room, it's hit or miss because a lot of the time towards the beginning of the game, people would have conversations with you in the shower. So that's why I was always kind of cautious and afraid of that. But drinking Monster, you can always skip. CRYPTOBIOTES, you could always skip. And putting your hat on and things like that, it's not really needed. So you can just skip it. Also peeing and pooping, you can always skip. There's never anything with those. One of the things that just drove me nuts while I was watching myself play was that I kept saying, where are the BTs? Where are they? When I'd be in the BT section. And it's because I wasn't stopping. Once you stop, you see them formed. And when you ping, when you scan, BTs appear when you slow down. So I would be scanning, and walking, and so they wouldn't show up. So just take a second, ping them, then you'll see where they are, and it makes your life a lot easier. Something that I didn't know was possible until literally the last mission in the game was that you could double jump. Literally didn't know that. And I also think it's because I always had way too much gear on me. But apparently if you have a little bit of weight on you, you can double jump. And it makes everything so much easier that you don't really need to put a ladder over everything, or those jumps that I thought I could make and then failed at, you can do when you don't have that much weight on you. This began as me on Reddit seeing people joking around about peeing on BTs, and so I started doing it in game like very late. But it actually is super helpful that once you escape the oil puddle of the BTs trying to grab you.
Take this, pee-pee. Monsters.
If you turn around and pee on them, it all goes away. All the oil goes away, and it's easier to like go get your vehicle if you've left a vehicle there. Go get your gear that you've left there. You don't have to wait as long for like the oil to disappear, and it's a lot less stressful, and it's actually really fun and stupid, funny. So go pee on the BTs. It's not just a joke. It's not just a meme.
Good as new. I didn't ever use it before. I'm so stupid.
I'm such an idiot that I didn't use this more. I didn't understand how to use the repair spray, and I'm sure there was like an instructional tip that I had missed at some point for this. So it's literally like put your gear on your carrier and you use the can of repair spray to spray it. It's that easy. And you can also spray it on yourself and your back. Didn't know that. Didn't understand that, and I probably could have got so many more S's if I had just taken 2 seconds to repair my stuff. So these are some like private room tips that I have. If your vehicle's busted and broken, go there, rest in your private room, and it fixes your vehicle for you. Another thing I didn't really understand in the game is you never found ammo outside. There was never ammo laying around. You could never create or craft ammo. It was always, if you ran out of ammo for your bola gun, you need to just make a new bola gun. And for me, that's like such a waste of resources in my brain. Well, apparently, if you rest in your private room, it restocks your ammo for you, so you don't have to actually throw it away. Zip lines. I didn't make a zip line or ride a zip line until after I had beat the game. Upon using the zip line, I realized how much time I had wasted climbing over mountains and things like that. Every zip line I found in game was never connected to anything, and I never built any myself. So I would recommend using zip lines. I know this is probably like the stupidest list ever, but it was real for me. I didn't do it. So I just want to share, make those goddamn zip lines, and it saves you an insane amount of time. L2 and R2 are your friends. I pretty much was holding L2, R2 the entire game. I only tumbled 4 times, and a couple of those times it was really weird because I had something in my hand so I wasn't able to grab. But also, something that I learned was when you have a speed skeleton, power skeleton, whatever, a skeleton equipped, you can run because the skeleton helps stabilize you and it makes it easier for you to sprint and run while you have a bunch of stuff on your back. So L2, R2 isn't as necessary. The importance of CRYPTOBIOTES. I call them CRYPTOBIOTES. I know they're not CRYPTOBIOTES. CRYPTOBIOTES or whatever they're officially called. I didn't understand that you need to eat those during battle until I'd already died. So if you're in a battle, eat some damn CRYPTOBIOTES. Don't be shy. Don't let your health run down. I did that quite a few times, not realizing those things are your savior and they literally like up your health like nobody's business. Don't forget they're there. I knew that this was going to be something that I was going to regret not checking sooner, which is the mail. I kind of just didn't really pay attention to the mail much. But now I kind of wish I did because there's some pretty awesome pizza delivery missions that I missed. And I wish that I had done those because they're pretty hilarious. And just like little things like that that add to the story. So don't forget to check your mail. There was one time when I walked very, very far and realized that I didn't have something that I needed. And instead of wanting to backtrack, I just loaded the game. And I lost a lot of things that I had built.
I have to go all the way back.
So I would recommend resting. Resting saves your game for you. It's an autosave. Say something bad happens and you want to reload your game. You don't want to reload all the way back from your last distribution center. So I would recommend stopping, taking a rest, and saving your game that way. So just in case anything crazy happens, you could always go back to there. Moving your map with your controller, it kind of shows you the elevation, and then you can see the little pathways that you can take, and it makes it easier for you to plot your route. Because a lot of times I plotted my route and then I had to abandon it because something would come up and I'd be like, oh, didn't know that drop was there. So make sure to do that in your map and it'll save you a lot of time. What made things easier for me was when I would just clear out a mule territory. I cleared out mule territories because they were just simply fun. I just really enjoyed clearing them out and like the satisfaction you get. But honestly, it's so beneficial clearing them out because A, you can just go through there for quite a long time and nobody bothers you, which is super awesome when you're making back and forth trips. But then also all of the stuff in their camp, it's so worth it. You have so many items, memory chips that are useful. And so it's so worth doing. Load up one of their cars with all of their own stuff and drive it to a distro center and use the materials there. And it's great. It gets a little bit harder further into the game when the mules become a little more terroristy, but it's worth it in my opinion. If you hit them in the head, they're knocked out. If you hit them in the foot, they're on the floor like hog-tied and you can go over there and kick them.
Bridges. Autonomous delivery bot.
All right, and that's it. Those are my tips. They seem pretty standard, pretty no-brainer, but there are people out there like me who at least the beginning half of the game don't know a lot of things because that text is so small in the corner of the tips and things like that that half the time I couldn't even read it. I have a couple more Death Stranding related videos I want to do, so I will see you guys next time. Bye.